Hello, everyone, and welcome to D&D News. I am Greg Tito. I am here to tell you all of the things that happen in Dungeons and Dragons land. That's the place where we call it. That's where it all begins. We talk about flying dragons. We talk about dragons that you know, pummel. No, what's the word when you plummet? That's the word I was trying to come up with. Plummet through the air with spears through their necks, bleeding, hopefully with lots of experience points and gold pieces abound, but also just sometimes because you forgot to scout ahead and see that there were the nasty, raiders from another land just right around the corner. I don't know. I'm spitballing here, semi-spoilering for people. It doesn't matter. I'm here, and I'm here with you now. Hi, everybody at the chat. You guys are doing awesome. I can see. I've got the mug. You all saw that I was about to take a sip, and then I did. It is so tasty. I look forward to 3 p.m. on Tuesdays every week because I get a nice hot jolt of caffeine. Right into my system. What's up, Blind Temple? Good to have you here. Glad to have Elwarius. Hello, Elwarius. How's it going? Hello, Blue Streak. 10118 or 101. I don't know. Words, as my friend Hamlet said. I have some fun show and tell stuff to get to in a little bit, but I'll open these up. But what do you guys think this is? It is dragon skin. It's got wonderful texture upon it. Take a look. It's in a book. It's this album from the Mountain Goats. I love this artwork. We were very excited to appear with the Mountain Goats on a live stream on this very Twitch channel, talking about this album and what it would be like when it came in the flesh. And here it is. It is called In League with Dragons. It is from the Mountain Goats. We have real physical copies here, which I can't wait to share with everyone. Yes, it is the Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere. This is pretty cool. I love it. I'm gonna be, like I said, I'll be opening these up in a little bit later in this D&D news section because why not? You know, we open up things here all the time, and it seems pretty fitting because the Mountain Goats will be at, wait for it, D&D Live 2019, The Descent. They will be playing live here on this Twitch channel, as well as streamed onto Facebook Live, Twitter video. We're also going to stream to Steam, Mixer, as well as YouTube Gaming. It should be fantabulous. That's a concert that will be occurring at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday night. The last kind of closing ceremony event that's happening during D&D Live. I don't know if we've talked about that enough, but it's been all put together by Chris Funk. He plays guitar for the Decemberists, but he's a multi-instrumentalist and a wonderful gamer in his own right. Wonderful dude, and he has put together an amazing bill of people to perform live for you, including the Mountain Goats, as I mentioned, a awesome kind of techno fantasy themed band called Magic Sword. They're awesome. Go look them up. You should take a look at their videos. They've got lots of there's like 3 of them, and I think they all have like different characters. It's very, very kind of cool. Got like a Coheed and Cambria kind of thing with their fiction interwoven with their music. Can't wait for that. They're going to be closing out the night. Then we also have a house band by the name of Cardioid. They're a Portland outfit. Amazing musicians. Chris Funk will be playing with them. And then we have a bunch of kind of solo and duo musical acts coming up, including Jason Charles Miller, who is a wonderful guitarist and a member of Sirens of the Realms here on the D&D Twitch channel. Not to mention Library Bards will be performing. They've got 2 amazing songs, one of which I've heard and it makes me just giggle thinking about. I can't wait for you to hear that. I think they might have performed it for Stream of Many Eyes last year, but it was a very early version, so I'm excited to see it complete. There's also Bards of Greyhawk. They will be performing, and two folks you may know, Anna Prosser and Nathan Sharp, will be performing two special songs for you, Dice Camera Action fans. That is coming up. The next episode of Dice Camera Action is coming up in just about 49 minutes, so look for that. No guests, I am led to believe, although I'm checking that right now just to make sure I didn't get it wrong. Yes, episode 141, Chain Reaction, featuring the Waffle Crew. And that should be great. So that'll be coming up very soon. We're all getting very excited about that. But yes, Anna and Nate will be singing, which I can't wait. Well, maybe, I think actually just Anna will be singing and Nate may be playing the guitar. But maybe I'm giving too much away. But it's going to be bad-ass, as they say. I think that's the technical term for it. Can't wait. I feel like I'm missing one more person who's performing live. I should go check the website. It's almost as if this is all displayed currently on the D&D website, which it is. So that is dnd.wizards.com/D&D Live 2019. I mentioned all the musical acts, but there is also Dan Telfer, Dungeon Master to Nerd Poker, the fantabulous podcast that's been around for a very long time with comedians from the Los Angeles area talking about their D&D times. But he is a wonderful comedian in his own right, and he will be kind of holding the battening the hatches down for that musical performance that will close out D&D Live. That's going to be cool. There is also lots of amazing people who will be playing. One thing I want to make sure everyone knows about is Relics and Rarities. That awesome show from Geek and Sundry is going to be kicking things off on Friday, May 17th at 2 p.m. That is Dungeon Mastered by Deborah Ann Wall. We had her on Dragon Talk last week on Friday. That was during the live stream. That podcast episode will be going live in a couple of days, so look for that. If you only listen to the audio, it should be out soon. And her entire cast, main cast, is going to be there. So there'll be Jasmine Buhler, Julia Dennis, Xander Generat, who is also one of the performers in Library Bards, and Tommy Walker. You saw Julia Dennis and Tommy Walker play with Deborah Ann Wall at the Stream of Many Eyes last year. They're fantastic. They're playing to start this off at 2 p.m. on Friday, May 17th. That's just a week and a half away, people. That is very soon. Then at 4 p.m., many of the Dungeons & Dragons team will be talking to Anna Prosser about the new adventure. I almost spoiled it. Almost just said the new adventure name right there. Didn't do it. Glad that is true. But you'll learn all about that, as well as a couple of other really fun products from some of the folks that will be there. That's going to be the most, I don't know, it's not necessarily a keynote kind of part, but that's where the most of our announcements and things will happen during that 2-hour period. Then on Friday, May 17th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, that's when the Dungeons & Dragons Live portion kicks off. We're calling this storyline The Descent, off of the name of the event. But Dungeon Master Jeremy Crawford kicks that all off with an amazing cast of Mika Burton, Holly Conrad, Taliesin Jaffe from Critical Role, Taran Killam from Saturday Night Live. He was a amazing performer on that show. He is going to be playing on our stage for the first time. I'm very excited about that. Jared Knabenbauer, Diath himself, will be there, and then Joe Manganiello in that cast. And then we'll take a short break, and then immediately after that at 8:15 p.m., Kate Welch takes the stage as Dungeon Master. I believe, well, no, she's done Dungeon Mastering live streaming before, but I think this is the first time during one of our big events. And she is playing with an all-dude cast, Malik Forte, Matthew Lillard, Joe Manganiello, Clint McElroy, and Travis McElroy from The Adventure Zone, and Nate Sharp from a little show called Dice Camera Action. They will be closing that out around 10, and then it all starts up again on Saturday. Now, Saturday is when public will be able to come. So everybody who's, well, that's not true. Well, they'll be able to kind of walk around having the full way to get around in the D&D live space, and watch some of the content that'll be coming out and streaming live from 4 miniature studios in the other stage at D&D Live. That'll be going on 4 different channels, as I said. 4 of them will be on here: D&D Live 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then it will also be going out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Mixer, and D&D Beyond channel as well. That schedule, again, is all on the website. Check it out. It's very cool. There's lots of wonderful groups there, including Heroes of the Veil, Rivals of Waterdeep, High Rollers, Dragon Talk, that's me, and Shelly. A great panel led by, is she in the chat? Cypher of Tyr in here? I don't see her. But led by Tanya DePass. She will be talking, that's a Roll for Inclusion. Actions Incorporated, the C Team will be playing. Dragon Friends are returning from Australia. And then we've got amazing podcast creators, including the One Shot Network, Taking Initiative, D&D is for Nerds, Venture Maidens, Drunks and Dragons, D20 Dames, Dungeon Drunks, and a amalgam of many of those creators called the Cocktail Crew. They're closing it out on Sunday, May 19th at 4 p.m. From one of the studios. And then you'll be able to watch also The Broken Pact, Sirens of the Realms, Tales from the Mists, a new group called Enter the Darkness. That's also an amalgamation of several personalities on Twitch and YouTube. Then on Sunday, Uncommon Trust, which is led by B. Dave Walters, writer of this amazing thing, the Dark and Wished Dungeons and Dragons comic. So yes. And Monsters and Fables. Hey, who was able to check out the premiere of Monsters and Fables? That is an amazing group. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee and then tell you about it. Okay, so yeah, that is an amazing group led by TJ Storm. He is a dungeon master and performer. That was debuted on Facebook yesterday. And I think this is where those need to be. I don't know. No, that's not it. Wait, that's not. Wait, get out of this. Facebook. Can you tell I'm not really a Facebook user? You probably can. But yeah, so that amazing cast: Rachel Miner, Francis Capra, Jennifer Kretschmer, Omar Najam, and they are combining the Dungeons and Dragons rules and storytelling with classic fairy tales that you know and love from Grimm, from ancient legends, weaving that all together in a storyline that's set in the Forgotten Realms. I can't wait for you to see the rest of the episodes that have been produced. It's fantastic. We premiered it on Facebook last night, and it's already gotten. Let me check. Last time I looked, it had 37,000 views in just a few hours, less than 24 hours. So it's very cool. They will be performing live at D&D Live on Sunday, May 19th. Then we've got a new group called Hell Hath No Fury that has several people you may know, including Mika Burton. Nathan Sharp is the dungeon master for that one, as well as Anna Prosser and Hunter Hughes are in that group. And then finally, from that studio, Nerd Poker is performing live, and that's pretty exciting. So you'll see Dan Telfer will be dungeon mastering on a live stream. I don't think they've done a lot of live streaming, the entire Nerd Poker crew, so that's going to be pretty interesting. They will do that, and then Dan has got luckily he doesn't have to do much of a costume change, but he does have to do kind of a entertainment change as he gets ready to host the musical performance. So I'm pretty excited about that. I can't believe it took me that long just to list all of the content that's going, but I'm not done yet, because there's also the second part of what's happening on Saturday night, the second part of the Descent, which is, really part 3 and part 4. Let me just go through the names of that because they kind of blow my mind a little bit, and I'm sure they will blow yours. So Dungeon Master Marisha Ray from Critical Role will be leading this next group with Christina Ariel, Jerry Holkins, Matthew Lillard, Patrick Rothfuss, Kate Welch, and Deborah Anwall playing in that group. That's going to be fantabulous. And then Chris Perkins closes it all out as Dungeon Master with a blockbuster cast here. Mika Burton, Matthew Mercer, Satine Phoenix, Anna Prosser, Deborah Anwall, and Jim Zub. So that is going to be the entertainment that's happening on Saturday night. Again, we'll be streaming live all Sunday from 4 channels, and then closing it out with the music rock concert performance. Hopefully to have it all be done in time for another kind of fantasy show that people are paying attention to go on. Venture says, are there going to be napping pods? That's a good idea. Why don't we have you planning these things? Because I am going to need a napping pod. Yeah, that's true. I've always wanted to be in a big enough city where pods to nap in was more of a thing. When I was in New York, I would often take my lunch break. I'd eat pretty quickly, and then I would take the last half hour of my lunch break in St. Bart's Church in Midtown New York, Manhattan, just kind of laying on a pew. They had really nice cushions. They were like 4-inch thick cushions. And then I could just lay down in, and because it was so soft and peaceful, I can usually sleep and then only get kicked out every once in a while if someone saw me and didn't want me sleeping on there. Not sure why I just told you that, but napping pods is the thing, and I want more people napping in their worlds going forward. If you haven't been able to tell, I haven't been able to nap very much the last few weeks as I've been getting D&D Live 2019 The Descent ready. But I'm getting pretty excited for it. Are you guys excited? I agree with the T-Boys who says every workplace should have at least one hammock. Yeah, I'm on board with that. Let's make that be a thing. I think we can even do it in this room. I think we can just create like a hammock right here. Nobody is using this space above me right here. It may cause shadows if I'm trying to, be filming from here, but yeah, needs to happen for sure. So I will be not here starting next week, so there will be no D&D news streaming next week, and I don't believe there is a dice camera action next week, at least for the next 2 weeks after today. So get your fix. The characters will be playing in a bunch of content throughout D&D Live: The Descent, so don't worry there. There won't be a episode directly from them with just the Waffle Crew, but they're going to be peppering into a whole bunch of different areas and talking it up as much as they can. So yeah, just be prepared. We will be back here with more dice camera action starting, and I'm looking at a calendar now to make sure I get the date right. But I believe they will be back on the 28th with a new episode. Just to make sure everyone is aware. Hammock news. I don't know if that's necessarily that means what you think it means, but yeah, I'm on board in theory for sure. For everyone who has purchased badges to come to D&D Live, I can't wait to see you there. That's going to be very fantastic. Please sign up if you haven't already for your slot of the D&D Epic that we will be showing off during D&D Live. It's going to be pretty cool. It will, in fact, be epic. There will be 20 tables of Dungeons & Dragons play with tons of special costumes, lighting, props, all types of things that will really make it a special, exclusive game of Dungeons & Dragons for you to play in. It will all be themed for the new adventure that we are going to be unveiling. So look for it. It's going to be pretty exciting, and we want you all to pay attention, but you need to sign up for your session if you haven't already. Want to make sure that's a thing. And we are also, those of you who have, questions about the D&D Epics and whatnot, we'll be sending out information about all that very soon via electronic mail. So that should be cool. It'll also be posted at our event, tabletop.events /D&D Live. So more information will be there too. It's interesting. We're just really experimenting with this whole video on Facebook type thing, but it is interesting that people are watching. They give you the number of people watching now, even though it's not necessarily like live streaming right now. It's a premiere. So that's fantastic. There's 13 people watching it right now. Are you all the people in this chat? Are you all the ones who are watching it, or at least have that window open? Maybe you do. That's pretty cool. All right. I should get to some news, huh? So in a couple minutes, we will have our D&D rewind. Assuming we got one. Yep, we got one there. We are going to talk about that. But before we do, I want to make sure everyone knows about Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This book, we've been talking about it for a while. It is coming out May 21st. That is not too far away. In fact, that's 2 weeks away from... Ooh, that feels weird because it blocks out the sound from the front of it, so all of it's coming echoing from the back. Anyway, it is coming out May 21st, 2 weeks from today. You will be able to purchase this book anywhere, everywhere, anywhere you can. It'll be available digitally. It'll be available to be delivered to you digitally. You can buy this at your game store. You can buy it in a big box store. You can buy it in a house. You can buy it with a mouse. You can buy it with a fox. You can buy it in a box. It is amazing, and you should check it out. This copy, this copy you'll be able to get everywhere and anywhere. It's awesome. It features wonderful artwork by, I'm going to get the artist wrong unless I actually look it up, but it is one of my favorite things. I like that kraken in the back there. You'll be able to get that everywhere. This copy with a nice soft touch cover, and it's got some shininess to it. You will only be able to get this in game stores. One thing to note, I think it's just very cool. The ISBN number is, stylized to make it look like it's part of the thing here, which I just think is fantastic. So check it out. Everyone who will be coming to D&D Live, not to make all of you even more jealous if you're not going to be there, will be getting a copy. This copy, in fact. Actually, we're just duping this copy in the replicator. But no, you'll be able to get this. Everyone will get this in addition to a bag full to the brim of D&D special items that you are pretty amazing. I believe there's 25 items you will get in that swag bag. That's a lot of items. I've made 5 to 6 of those items, so they'll be pretty cool. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up too much, but there's not going to be a mug in those. Those are still going to be coming only from me directly. Eventually, we'll figure out a way to get these mugs out to you more directly, but it's going to be cool. I'm hoping to see a lot of people posting about what is in those swag bags. And then, of course, purchasing items from 14 different vendors, 15 really, different vendors and partners of Dungeons & Dragons, including people like Penny Arcade will be there, and I'll talk about their book that's coming up in a second. But there's also amazing groups such as Gale Force 9, Codename Entertainment will be there with Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Lydia will be there talking about Warriors of Waterdeep. Han Cholo, they make wonderful jewelry. This isn't jewelry, but I just like to say it. Beetle and Grimm's will be there. WizKids, Wormwood, Roll20, Death Saves, Dungeon Masters Guild, Sirenscape, and Fantasy Grounds, IDW. And that I think that's everybody. Oh, and for fans, by fans, they will be there. It's gonna be lit. I can't wait. Me and Shelly are gonna be talking to all of those folks on Special Dragon Talk segments, interviews. I'll be drinking lots of this coffee because they begin at 8:30 a.m. Both days on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be very neat. And we are going to have to cycle people very, very quickly through. I think they got 10 minutes with each person. So look for that. It's going to be cool. All right. It's 3:30. So guess what? I'm going to start talking. Ashley Warlock says, can we watch live in the studio? That's a very good question. You will be there and visible because all of the studio pods have a window that look out onto the vendor area that is going to be decorated to look like it's in world in the adventure that we're talking about. So you'll be able to look in kind of and see like over the shoulder from the back what's happening in each one of those pods, and you'll actually be appearing on stream on some of them, especially if you have a really cool costume. I think that'd be really kind of interesting to be like, hello, I am here on the D&D Beyond pod. How are you doing? And then you can do lots of poses like that because that's apparently what you do when you're modeling. I don't know. Anyhow, let's get going with today's D&D Rewind. Do you all want to hear it? Do you want to listen to it? Is it time? Let's do it.
ink is still somewhat on the table.
I think that's a great idea.
You know, it's...
I just think we have such a good case.
You're not a lawyer.
It just seems like some pretty big fish.
Excuse me?
And that's where we'll stop.
Oh, boy.
Oh, what? I don't know. I wouldn't go to a date in armor.
It's not a date.
It's a date.
I didn't think it was a date, though.
But now you do.
It got sprung on me.
You thought when she went off like 3 strings, you thought she was going to have 12 babies. Those were your words. 12 babies.
Well, I can't really have babies with her, can I?
Well, you could adopt.
Oh.
How about that? I feel like I have learned to communicate with Flo telepathically at this point. And so I tell Flo that she needs to find the deepest, darkest corner, kind of like a tornado drill, and needs to stay there.
But I want to go with you.
Not today, Flo. This is too dangerous, and if anything were to happen to thee, I would likely cry. And Briv cannot cry, Flo.
Okay.
I love you,
Below you.
Good flump.
A Briv cannot cry. A Briv cannot cry.
Black metal dumpster, and then pausing for a long time to explain how it was a black metal dumpster, not a black metal dumpster, and what a black metal dumpster might be like. It's bare stone. Stone with nothing on it.
Not stone with bears on it.
Correct. Not
Okay.
bear stone.
Not a magical type of stone made of bears.
Right. Also not a type of stone, derived from bears, anything like that.
Yeah, it's like igneous metamorphic.
Bear. Ursel.
Right, Ursel.
One of the times that I've seen my visage upon a D&D rewind, I'm always like, yeah, I should send a note to make sure those are not me on there. But I started sending that note as I was watching that one. So bear with me as we try to iron out that detail. It's always fun to iron out details, isn't it? Yeah, no, and I think as Benai UK said, I think they're just doing it to spite me now. So that's funny. Ha ha ha. I'm going to take a nap now, I think. Very good. I didn't get the audio for that. It didn't play, but I'm pretty sure I know which clip was just me in there. Good stuff all around. I love it. Any hey. That's my other catchphrase. Any hey. If anyone takes that, there's going to be a hey to pay. All right, so that's D&D Rewind. Really good. Love all of that. If you would like there to be more clips from things that happen here on the D&D Twitch channel in our D&D Rewind each week, there's a thing you can do. You can clip of it. You can take use the Twitch interface for clipping, do a start time and a stop time, get that clip out into the universe, spread it far and wide over social media, maybe even tag in some of the creators to have them share it far and wide. And then the most viewed clips are usually the ones that filter to the top and get chosen for inclusion into D&D Rewind. So that's a great way to nominate good parts of the shows that we produce here, including all of the D&D live play shows, not the D&D news shows as much, but like good role play, things that are funny, especially dramatic, or just really good storytelling. Those are the type of moments that's all about. And now I want to make sure that there's a Clippy animation for every time you're making a Twitch. And it says, it looks like you're going to make a video clip. Need some help? Speaking of help, Adventurers League is here to help you find a group to play Dungeons & Dragons with. So, what is Adventurers League? Well, it is a D&D official play campaign, meaning you can create an Adventurers League character and play with that character anywhere that you can, including friendly local game stores, conventions, underneath the ocean, in a submersible, maybe in a bunker, surviving an alien apocalypse, maybe even in your own home. Anywhere Adventurers League is play, you can play that character, which I think is pretty cool. Some news for Adventurers League. If you snagged one of the 3-day badges to D&D Live, do not forget to sign up to play one of the Adventurers League Epic Adventures. And if you're unfamiliar with what epics are, you should check out last week's Adventurers Wanted talk show. That's with the admins Lisa Chen, hi Lisa, and Greg Marks, hi Greg. Talk about what you need to bring and what makes epics so special, what they're all about. You can find that all on the YouTube channel here for Dungeons & Dragons, and there is even a bit.ly link that we can throw into the chat there if you'd like. It is bit.ly/epic descent. Make sure you spell descent correctly and not make sure you're not, putting epic decent, because even though decent is a pretty good, it's a pretty good event, it's not what D&D Live 2019 The Descent is going to be. Okay? Just want to make sure everyone knows that. I've got some awesome images to show from the Adventurers League. So this one is from West Virginia. And then that one of them's got even a cool red outline around it. This was an Adventurers League charity event, and it raised $1,105 for suicide prevention earlier this month while playing the epic adventure Chaos in the City of Splendors. I feel like I used these already, but maybe, I don't know, who knows? We'll see. Maybe the latest bit didn't get in here. Am I using the wrong D&D news? Have I been doing that this whole time? Dun, dun, dun. I have, ladies and gentlemen. I actually went to the wrong one. Thank you, everyone, for noting me. These photos come from, wait, hold on. These photos come from Australia, not West Virginia, after all. So these photos are from another different charity event called Epicure, which ran both DDEP 3, Blood Above, Blood Below, and a different code for Return to White Plume Mountain. They were held in our main store, which is called Good Games Adelaide. Where we regularly run up 7 tables 3 times a week, in addition to our other venues, Greenlight Comics, Modberry Library, and The Lost Dice. We are excited to be running the 2019 D&D Open at AVCon in July for the first time in Australia. Very interesting and cool. We are going to have a whole bunch of Australian folks here for D&D Live 2019 The Descent, including the Dragon Friends, some amazing press that's coming from the land down under. As well as, I don't know if we've really mentioned this live, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for her. Dale Kingsmail, otherwise known as Monarch's Factory, is going to be at D&D Live 2019 The Descent. So that's really exciting. She makes wonderful videos talking about her experiences playing Dungeons & Dragons with some great tips in it, and she will be playing at least in something and making some stuff, and hopefully making as many connections with people this side of the Pacific Ocean about things out there. So check it out. And I'm going to go back and tell you what the actual real news is for Dungeons & Dragons Live, because now I realize after I said like 2 paragraphs, I'm like, this sounds familiar. Ghosts of Saltmarsh is releasing on May 21st, and it will be AL legal. The hardcover book will be season 0 or a season agnostic release, which basically means that you can use it at any time. And I'm going to keep moving this because that makes good content when you move things. Also, I'm hot in here, so right here. So yeah, you'll be able to play any of the content within it whenever you want. It'll be available for tiers 1, 2, and 3. Make sure your local WPN game store looks out for the AL Legal introductory adventure being sent their way under the code. You ready for the code? DDIA00-GSM! Exclamation point. Although I'm not sure the exclamation point is part of the code, but I made sure to say it with an exclamation point in case you were wondering. So there's tons of details about Ghosts of Saltmarsh and the Adventurers League, and that can all be found at dndadventurersleague.org. Check that out if you can. All right. On top of the amazing Adventurers League stuff, there is lots of synergy with the Dungeon Masters Guild. DungeonMastersGuild.com lets you publish your D&D 5th edition creations for fun and some profit. It's the only platform where you can publish adventures and supplements using Wizards IP such as Ravnica, Ravenloft, Forgotten Realms, and other wizards, settings, heroes, and more. Dungeon Masters Guild creators are getting hyped for this book, as is everybody else. They're releasing adventures and supplements perfect for your seafaring campaigns, including Encounters on the Savage Seas. This is a 100... Here it is right here. This is a 100-page supplement containing mini adventures, NPCs, new ships, locations, magic items. Encounter space pirates, roleplay with loan sharks, endure the fogs of horrors, and more. This supplement is a collaborative effort by the DMs Guild community creators, including Jeff Stevens, Ann Gregerson, Sean Merwin, Teo Sabadia, and even our very own Hannah Rose. Hi, Hannah. Thanks for moderating the chat. That was written there. I had to say that. But thank you for moderating the chat, for reals. I'm excited about this product. It looks really cool. That's the cover. It looks awesome. There's also this right here, Call from the Deep, Races and Feats by JVC Perry. There are 4 new aquatic races, 11 new nautical feats. I love a nautical feat. Some people call my feet nautical, but they're wrong because they don't have webs between the toes. There are a few new feats, and all the options are perfect for creating a memorable pirate, a sailor, or a submariner character. Check this out if you can. All right. There's some other images here, but I don't want to spoil them, even though they do look cool. But I'll just show them up real quick. That's the races and feats. Here's a different. Oh, that's like more like things inside. Now I get it. This is the cover, and these are the things that are inside here. Okay, now it all makes sense. Woot! These look awesome. Check out these sea spawn traits and Sahuagin traits, as well as Sahuagin names if you want to be making what we like to call a sea devil character for their thing. Great stuff all around. All right, so I promised that I would be throwing, opening up this. So this is what real dragon scale looks like. This is the jacket that the Mountain Goats album In League with Giants, In League with Dragons. Their sequel album is called In League with Giants. Oh, this is beautiful. They sent some of these images early that we used, but I just love this sleeping dragon with a little kid and a campfire right there. Like this screams D&D to me. Ooh, I love it. And that's all the lyrics of their songs. Younger was one of the ones that they played while they were here at the Wizards of the Coast. And is this sealed? Do they actually seal these things? Or is this... Oh, it comes out that way. Here we go. You can tell how much of a vinyl fan I am. I'm not usually... Oh my god, this looks cool. Check this out. It's a green record. I don't think I've held a record in years. But this is what it is. I mean, you can actually see all the grooves in it. Ooh, that's really cool. So there is scratches in... I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this, but there's scratches in the... Can you see it? Oh. I can't get the light to look at it right, but there's basically right here, there's scratches in the grooves here that say, this one says, like greyhounds in the slips. And on the other side, it says, forget your problems that don't even exist. And then there's like a code, MRG 679A. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Thanks, Jack's not funny. They're called engravings, but it's not really engravings because it looks like it's like hand scratched in there. So it's not an engraving. Wrong. I wonder if that's part of some kind of ARG or something. And that's me as someone who is literally don't know if that's true or not, but it seems pretty cool. I like that there's a code. Scratched in something is an engraving. All right, I know, but it's not like it's like a, would you say that if you're scratching into a tree like I love you, that's an engraving? I guess you would. I would call it scratches. So maybe maybe you and I have differing definitions of what engraving means, but I think engraving has a little bit of a. Ooh, and there's more code. We're 4/14/85. That's a date. MRG679D. That's the same code as before. This one's MRG679C. I'm leaving even if I have to crawl. I wonder if these are different. Honestly, yeah, no, sorry. Beautiful. Here's the side 3 and side 4. I love the styling and the fact that they have 33 1/3 RPM. How many of you out there have actually played a record, a phonograph record? Anybody? You're nervous that I'm going to drop the record? Is that why you're nervous, Ashley? It's been a long time since I was able to do it. Many people have not. That's why I ask. A lot of people are all saying they listen to. Many people are saying that they listen to records all the time, and that I'm the plebeian fool. Got it. Look at this one. This is a special included in here single. All right, I guess I'm asking the wrong crowd. Everybody on here seems to have said that they've been able to. Oh my God, this is an actual 45. Ooh, this is cool. Divided Sky Lane and Sea Freeze in the Ambush. This is an actual 45. How many of you out there know what a 45 is? Anybody? This is what when you used to buy just a single song or a B-side, you would get tons of these. This is what I listened to. Gosh, what did I have? I used to have a bunch of 45s, but the ones that were mine were the song from Mannequin. You remember the song from the movie Mannequin? No, it was actually the song from St. Elmo's Fire. I'm wrong. It was the song St. Elmo's Fire that was in the movie St. Elmo's Fire, starring the Rat Pack. I listened to that 45 all the time, as well as Jingle Bell Rock. I think I had a single 45 of Jingle Bell Rock that I listened to a lot when I was a kid in the 80s. That's right. Very cool. Very excited that the Mountain Goats sent me this stuff. There's also their more standard edition of this. I'm not going to open all these up, but it does have the same beautiful interior art and the LP records in there. I love it. I love the care that people. I like that vinyl is coming back. I mean, so many of you in the chat are saying that you have played and you enjoy them. I love that people still like to put on the record player and listen to stuff like that. I think that's very neat. But if I'm being honest, I would need to have my digital assistant robots play it for me if I were going to have to do that. This is still D&D Rewind. Yes, it is D&D related. There's a freaking dragon on the cover. Relax, people. We're getting very excited for Dice Camera Action. Coming in about 12 minutes. It is episode 414. 414? That's not episode 414, is it? No, that's crazy. It is, in fact, 141. Yes, thank you, Lisa. You're a good person. We have a special thing we're hosting tonight, The Broken Pact. Ruben Bressler and his amazing cast will be doing a side story, one shot, called Azorius Play. We are hosting that tonight on the Dungeons & Dragons Twitch channel. That starts at 8 p.m. That is all set in the world of Ravnica, which is very cool, and features Ruben Bressler, as I said, Ashlyn Rhodes, Riley Silverman, and Jordan Pridgeon. They are super cool. We had them on Dragon Talk a couple of weeks ago. That will be on the Saving Throw Network, but again, we're hosting it here starting at 8 p.m. tonight, so if you're looking for something to do after Dice Camera Action, take a gander. They're amazing role players, and if you were trying to figure out how to run something in the Ravnica world, they do a great job of it, so take a look. It's in a book. Speaking of Ravnica, Jace Beleren Must Die is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. That is Roll20 Presents, starring Dungeon Master Adam Coble, with amazing players Carlos Luna, TK Johnson, Masood Huck, and Katie May. So that's really cool. They are playing for 4 hours, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a wonderful, amazing way to also show the storylines that are happening within the plane of Ravnica. So take a gander. Dragon Plus is tomorrow with Bart Carroll. There will be lots of fun things to discuss, including a guest. Mark Humes will be there. He'll be talking all about TwitchCon EU and what he's going to be doing at D&D Live. Very exciting to have Bart talk to Mark. And then Heroes of the Veil, Dungeon Master Todd Kenrick will be playing with Adam Bradford, the creator of D&D Beyond, or the head of D&D Beyond. Lauren Urban, Obo Crazy herself, TJ Storm, who's dungeon mastering the amazing Monsters and Fables, Hope Lavelle, and Jennifer Kretschmer, who also appears in Monsters and Fables. Then at 9 a.m., there's a D&D Beyond Dev update with Adam Bradford, followed at 1 p.m. by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, talking about all of the amazing things that are occurring in that game. Then we have Welch's Game Juiced at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. That's where Kate Welch goes through Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition playthrough. There's a wonderful juiced emote that comes along when she kills people. There's also 2 codes that she gives away each session for the Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition from Beamdog. So watch if you're interested in seeing her juice some amazing NPCs. And then, of course, Critical Role is hosting that night at 7. This Friday, it is the monthly D&D community. That is with Lisa Chen, Celeste Konowich, and Hannah Rose. Thank you, all of you who are in the chat right now. Talking all about what's happening in the community as they sip delicious tea. It's very different from the Coffee Dragon show that I proposed, but it's still working out pretty good. Speaking of, then we're doing Dragon Talk. Me and Shelly are speaking with Chris Funk, the music director who's putting together all of the rock music that is performing live at D&D Live. I guess that's why we called it that. On Sunday night. So he will is an amazing player, as I know, and it will be very cool. And then that is followed by Binwin Plays Idle Champions. Quick Dragon Talk note. We are going to be recording that live this Friday, and then we're going to basically be taking 2 weeks off of live recording from that Friday. So we won't be able to see us, our silly faces, me and Shelly. That is, and because we're recording so many interviews during D&D Live 2019 The Descent, we're basically going to be packaging those interviews and putting those out on the podcast feed for those weeks. So a little bit different format for Dragon Talk the next few weeks. We'll be back doing interviews in our normal slot starting on May 31st. Just throwing that out there, making sure everyone knows. Then on Saturday this week, we've got Guild Gates and Goblins that we're hosting. They're playing through Curse of Strahd. And Trace Albus is off this week and next week as well because they will be at D&D Live too. I can't wait to give high five to Mario Ortegon. I think he was in chat earlier. I'm not sure if he is still, but that's going to be awesome. Can't wait to meet some of the players there. They're great. This Sunday, Realmsmith WizKids will be playing, not playing, they'll be painting miniatures starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time. This is a new stream that we're hosting. At 2, Jason Azevedo from Realmsmith will be painting WizKids Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. Have you guys seen this miniatures line from WizKids? They're very detailed and unpainted, so you can make them look however you want. But not everyone knows the wonders and the joys of painting miniatures, and so that's where Jason from Realmsmith comes in. So if you're interested at all about finding out how to paint with a master or from a master, that's the show to watch. Again, that's 2 on Sunday. And then we're hosting D4 with Dustin Fletcher and Devin. It's going to be tons of fun. We will also be seeing those folks at D&D Live, and I can't wait. It's been a long time. Can't believe it's been almost a year since I saw Dustin, and I can't wait to give him a big bear hug for all the fun stuff that he did for us at D&D Live, the Stream of Many Eyes. That is. All right. So, anybody got any questions? I got like 2 minutes before I gotta throw this off and get it to Chris Perkins for episode 141 of Dice Camera Action. Nothing? You got anything? I'll answer one question for you before I get off here. What kind of coffee do I drink? All right, well, that's the first one I saw. It's definitely coffee for me. I'm not a tea drinker. I'm not a snob about coffee, honestly. I will drink pretty much anything you put in front of me, but if I had a choice, I like the strongest, darkest coffee you have. I put tons of sugar and cream in my coffee, so that Beastie Boys lyric from Intergalactic, I like my coffee, I like my sugar with coffee and cream is pretty much me. So something stronger, more robust is always better because it balances out with the sugar and coffee. But other than that, I got nothing. Cafe Bustelo was my favorite when that was cheap in Brooklyn. I used to get the bricks of Cafe Bustelo for like $2, and that would last me for a week or so. So if I had to pick a brand, it would be Bustelo, Marlboro, bananas by the bunch. All right, not everything is a musical, Greg. That's what Shelley Mazanoval said to me in the office a few days ago. No, a few hours ago. Time is an illusion. I'm going to get out of here. You have been wonderful. Thank you so much for bearing with all of my craziness as we lead up to D&D Live 2019, The Descent. Look for everything about that event at dnd.wizards.com/D&D Live 2019. There's so much. I haven't even told you the half of it. I can't wait to meet many of your lovely faces and see them, give you all of the high fives at D&D Live. If I don't see you then, I will see you back here for D&D News in a couple of weeks. I will be back here on May 28th, telling you all about the things we just announced at D&D Live, as well as some recaps from that. And then again, Dragon Talk live recordings will begin on May 31st. For now, enjoy episode 141 of Dice Camera Action with Chris Perkins and the Waffle Crew, and I will be seeing you guys later. Bye.